close-up footage of the front. This thing is seriously cool, my friends, and it's working like a treat. It is working like a treat. This is sort of the motor from pretty much underneath. See, it's pretty cushy. It's just stopped. There we go. Yeah, what's up? It's Sunday morning, so I'm just going to put the chain on. I want to show you how to do that and get this bad boy out, up, flying about. I don't know if I showed you what I've done to the sprocket. Basically, I bodged that up. There was only 2 bolts in there to start with. Now there's 6. So, I think it's in there. Hopefully, that'll all be good. And we can make some electricity. And that feels solid and very smooth. So, touch wood. Touch wood. It's all good in the hood. Gotta get snug. Right, Bizzle, can have a cup of tea and then drag the old bad boy out onto the tap again. There's the 2 washers that basically the power cable running from the turbine down the tower goes through that hole there, and these, because they're just the shape they are, they work quite well. So that'll go on the top of the tower, and then that one will go in the wind turbine pipe, and they'll sit. It gives a bit more fluid movement than just having the bottom of the tower pipe rubbing against something. Top of the tower pipe, sorry. Alright, and I've got the blade hub on a piece of 20mm bar that I'd left over. So it's in the vise, good and proper, and it can't move. So that's blade number 1, that's blade number 2, and that's blade number 3. So that's the first hub. Now I'm going to do the second one. There you go, they're getting a bit cleaner every time. Nice. So that's how I get the wire through. Use some magnet wire, which I've made a lot stronger by wrapping 3 bits together, and then put a little bit around there, and then put some heat shrink on, and that should pull through top of the tower. Jolly good. I think it's ready, so let's get it up and applying. Just showing you this before we start. 25.55, and then it's got 0 on everything else. Sweet. The tower's only at 45%. So this bodes well for some serious speed, but it might get a bit dangerous. Well, we're getting some pretty good wind now. You can see it rocking about a bit, but that's fine because I haven't tightened the guide wires up on the guys. So we'll go have a look at the meter, see what it's saying, and then we'll tighten it all down. Not bad. Well, it's made 260 watts already. Come on! Sick! Right, I'm going to have to go get my dump load connected to the battery, or they're just going to fill up and boil to death. But it's a good start. Peace. The blades are making a bit of a rattle. Those hubs are... I nearly forgot I haven't even really put the tower up properly. I don't really see it wobbling around a bit. So I'm just going to do that in mine. See it rocking back and forwards. Oh, that's going crazy. Voltage is still pretty high considering there's a 300 watt dump load attached to it, which is just there. So just let you know what we've had so far. That's the record power, 117 watt hours, 9.9 amps peak. Okay, and a very brief lull in the wind, but it's going to be super windy later, so make sure you watch the next part of the video, which will probably be going up tonight, where I would expect to see more power, because the wind at the moment is 20 to 25. It's supposed to get 30 to 35, maybe even 40, so make sure you watch the next part later on, but definitely very much a success. Thank you for watching. Verdict is in, my friends. El Fantastico! Woo! Some close-up footage of the front. Well, it's following the wind. I'll leave it on there for a minute. It's working perfectly. You can see underneath the bearing there's a bit of space, only about 1.5 inches, because I was going to make it higher than that, and that's the reason that the threaded bar is so high. But I decided to end up using a different chain, and yeah, it's working beautifully. I think that extra couple of inches off the deck has allowed the blade to carry so much more, get so much more air, sorry. This thing is seriously cool, my friends, and it's working like a treat. It is working like a treat. The extra space I created for the airflow there seems to be working very well, and it's tracking the wind perfectly. Beautiful, look at that. There's only one thing really left to sort out, and that is the blade hubs are a little bit iffy and like to have a bit of a rattle. Sick. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it on there for a couple of minutes because this is some bonus footage I'm putting at the end for these shenanigans. Just shows sometimes you need to take something down, take it apart and have a complete rethink. But it's following the wind so well, considering it hasn't got a tail on it, and there's hardly any wobble. You can see there's a little bit of extra space in the tower there, but it's not, you know, can hardly see any wobble at all. Just moving left and right exactly how it should. Beautiful, look at that. Sick. Poetry in motion, guys. and a big thank you to all my regular subscribers that watch all my stuff. I appreciate your viewing time, but this is somewhat a bit of a reward, I think, for all the people that stuck by me. So I appreciate you a lot. This is sort of the motor from pretty much underneath. See, it's pretty cushy. A little bit of deviation. It's getting very windy now. Still got to do up the tower cables a little bit more, which is what the little bit of wobble back and forward is. Let's go do those guide wires properly. I don't know what's going on there. It's just stopped. There we go. You can see how wobbly that gear is in the middle. Yeah, it's still beautiful.